The last was on an explosion in 2021, which killed 17 workers. Now we move on to Gaza. In Gaza, starvation claimed the lives of 11 people, including a child in the last 24 hours, according to the territory's health ministry. This brings the total hunger-related deaths to Gaza in Gaza to 251 people. Director General Munir al-Bursh warned that 40,000 people, infants, are currently suffering from severe malnutrition amid critical food shortages as Israel's war and restrictions on aid have made humanitarian assistance scarce. On the other hand, the U.S. State Department has announced that it is halting all visitor visas for individuals from Gaza. The move comes as officials conduct a full and thorough review of the procedures used to issue a limited number of temporary medical and humanitarian visas in recent days. Now for this discussion, we are joined by Ali M. Abushbak. He's a Middle East Affairs researcher, joins us live from Cairo. Thank you, Ali, for joining us. Good to see you. Now, how does this U.S. decision to halt visitor visas for people from Gaza impact the broader Israel-Palestine dynamics?
Thank you, Osuma, for having me. The thing is, let me just highlight it. The humanitarian situation in Gaza is completely miserable, while there is still the civilians, despite Israel allow for some truck to enter Gaza, but they are still suffering from the lack of humanitarian food aid and the humanitarian supplies that for essential for everyday life. Also, that today it's 11, more than 11 have been killed have been died because of malnutrition, and several of civilians couldn't find or secure their everyday food due to the loot of the humanitarian convoy while it's on the way to deliver it for the civilians. Unfortunately, as several of people, they are gathering and loot this truck and convey for no reason, and that's make a huge unequal to disseminating the food for the civilians in Gaza, while also market it's flooded by some food and some supplies that unfortunately it's still the price of these supplies, it's expensive. Yesterday, there, according to Israeli media outlets, there is Russia have been called Benjamin Netanyahu, and they are concerned about the plan for invaded Gaza and size the Gaza city like this. It's Israel control, hold the Gaza, and it will be under the control. So situation up to now, it's a difficult. The day before yesterday, the Palestinian political function, they met in Egypt, and they discussed about the situation in Gaza and looking forward a method or approach to end this war in Gaza. But unfortunately, the meeting, the result of the meeting, it was a negative, and with it's a pessimistic result. There is up to now there is no glimmer of hope for the civilians in Gaza. Yesterday at night, Israel focused bombardment in Al Zaytun neighborhood, that northern east Gaza city, and several of civilians have been displaced from this neighborhood toward the Gaza city, to the center Gaza city in Al-Rimal neighborhood, or some of them they left or they moved to southern part of Gaza. Situation on the ground is completely difficult, while also the journalists are still afraid of being targeted and assassinated by Israel after the Israel have been killed Al Jazeera staff in Gaza last week. Osuma, there is no hope for the civilians about end the war and about the deal between Hamas and Israel, despite despite that there is a condemnation, a worldwide condemnation about the Israelis with regard to the Israelis' plan to invade Gaza and to departure the civilians from Gaza to other land, and looking forward a housed place or countries to accept the Palestinian as a refugee. Up to now, it's not fixed, and I confirm you, also my Palestinian in Gaza, they are rooted in their land and they are not going to move or departure. Despite all of them, they are concerned and aware about the future. If Israel is going to uh, invade Gaza and control the city, where they will go more than 5,500 civilians. They are under the risk of famine and starvation
Yes.
in Gaza city, as well as
Yes.
more than 1 million civilians. They are under the risk of displacement and to be a shelterless without home. And we are coming to the coming month is a winter that will exacerbate the situation in Gaza. It will make the situation, a humanitarian situation, more miserable. Several of a human
Yes.
aid truck is stuck in the
Yeah.
border between Gaza and Egypt. Yeah, Osama.
Ali, do you think America can still be a mediator after all this?
There is no doubt for the America lost its credibility, and especially Donald Trump lost his credibility with regard mediating the peace process between Palestinian and Israel, and he's totally supporting Benjamin Netanyahu. And in this way, Palestinian, they are not trusting America as a mediator between them, and with regard the negotiation, there is on one hand. Second hand, the condemnation by Russia, maybe it will put Vladimir Putin on the frame as a significant mediator. And now maybe this coming time, the mediating between Palestinian and Israel in this kind of conflict, it will be. I mean, it will not be dominated by America. Maybe Russia. It will be a significant player in this conflict. As a Palestinian, they have met the leader in Russia many times and discussed
Yes.
the situation in Gaza. So, in my opinion, maybe Russia, with the coming time, it will be a significant player and actor in this conflict. That will make America lost its dominating in this conflict as a significant mediator between Palestinian and Israel, and that make equality for demanding the right for the Palestinian as well as Israeli on the ground and for the peace process.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ali, for joining